Hey guys, this is AD with Team Firespin, and this weekend I actually went ahead and played in San Antonio, played DDDs, and I got top 48, got my invite with it. So I definitely want to go ahead and share what I did play, so let's go ahead and take a look at the list here. Okay, for the monsters, you pretty much play some standard stuff here. If you play DDDs, I played 3 Savant Kepler, and what Kepler does is searches out a dark contract, which are all pretty much like the tankies and stuff like that if you were to play Fire Fist. He's pretty key to the deck. We also play 3 DD Swirl Slime. Swirl Slime in hand is polymerization pretty much. And in grave, he just lets you special your stuff. So all the big stuff you don't really want to tribute summon. You just prefer to special for free. So there's that. The other slime you play 3 Necro Slime. So in hand, he doesn't do anything, but in grave, he's Miracle Fusion. So really cool interactions there. You can turn to with 2 cards, just make quick exceed to do anything you need to with the situation at hand, of course. Uh, and for the bigger monsters, you play 3 DD Oblivion King Ragnarok. He's pretty important, probably one of the only cards in the deck that if whenever you play Allure you don't want to banish it. It allows you in scale to special one from grave, but you take 1,000 from it after you do so. And whenever he's normal or special, he allows you to go ahead and special another one from grave. Play that, and then for another one of the big ones, you play 3 DD Savant Thomas. Thomas is really good whenever he's on his own. If you special him, what he does is he pops the scale and he specials a level 8 DD. So that's an immediate rank 8 play right there. Or in scale, he lets you grab one of the DDs that are in the extra deck. So that way you can go ahead and grab what you need from there. Such as Keplers once they die, or if you use them for material or anything like that. And then the last one I played was 1 DD Rebel King Leonidas. He's pretty much just a name, and he kind of helps whenever you don't have the arc on board, so you don't die or anything like that. It allows you not to take effect damage or anything like that. So those are the DD monsters that I played. The tuners I played 3 of them. I played Plaguespreader, Glow Bulb, and Jetsynchron. So these were that's why I've preferred with the tuners is the synchros in here. They are really good, really big. They allow you so much different kind of advantage. You do draw some dead cards sometimes in Plaguespreader. He allows you to just put it back and kind of go from there, shuffle it in with different effects or something like that. And then Glow Bulb, arguably the best tuner in the game, and Jetsynchron just does so much. Puts in a lot of work whenever you just need to make a like Omega or anything like that. I played 2 Maxx, pretty staple. Everybody should know what this does. And then tech card, I played 1 Farfa. Farfa has really cool interaction with Beatrice. You just banish a card, problematic card, or there were a couple of times I actually had to set the card and they attacked into it and I would just banish the other monster. Let me live a little longer. So he definitely was something that I did like. And so that rounds off the monsters right there. For spells, I played 3 Dark Contract with the Gate. Pretty much Rhoda, tanky, same thing. You just add a DD from deck, and they all have the same effect. All the contracts that you take effect damage in the standby phase. All the ones I played, they afflict 1,000. I played 1 Dark Contract with the Swamp King. Swamp King, he's Miracle Fusion. If you have DDs in grave, he allows you to fusion summon 1 DD. And he's really good. At 1, I did try testing 2. 2 is a little cloggy. I would draw it in almost every hand, and he definitely is something you just want to go ahead and search out with Kepler if need be. For like draw power stuff like that, I played 3 Allure. About 90% of the monsters are dark, so why not? 2 trade in. The big guys, especially Thomas. Thomas isn't really good in hand by itself. So, just using Swirl Slime is one way to get rid of it, but trade in. You might as well get free draws at that point. Go ahead and dig a little deeper into the deck. Especially if you have Swirl Engrave and you have Ragnarok in hand. Then you can go ahead and just make that quick rank 8 or whatever you need to do with what's in hand. And then, because I play a lot of 1-ups, or one level 1, excuse me, I play 2 Where Arf Thou. Where Arf Thou has a lot of good stuff with it. So with the Necro Slime, if you add that, and then because you're not going to normal it, you just fuse using Swirl Slime, and you make the arc, which doesn't let you take damage, you actually gain effect damage. At that point, you're just gaining free resource. You're grabbing cards required to go ahead and make a fusion, as well as just gaining 2 grand and life points, which is definitely something that gives you a little cushion, especially with the continual damage you'll take with the contracts if you don't act quick upon it. I also played just 2 Twin Twister, staple, 1 Raigeki, 1 Foolish, and then 1 for 1, because you play a lot of level 1s. At that point, you'd rather put Kepler in defense mode because he does have 0. So go ahead and ditch like Glow Up Bulb, Special, Kepler, Search, Mill with Blow, sink into Formula, Draw. Just a lot of plus right there. That's it for the spells. I only played 2 traps. I played Vanities and I played Dark Contract with the Witch. Plain and simple, she's Raigeki break. You just discard a DD or Dark Contract in hand. And the cool interaction with it is actually it also lets your Fiends gain 1,000. So you can activate in damage step. To where like if they're trying to run something over, you're like cool, in damage step. They they don't think you're playing anything. It might be like Chalice or something, but you flip it, and then you go ahead and kill it, kill whatever they attacked you with, and then you can even go a little further there, discard cards in hand you don't need, like the Swirl Slime, Necro Slime, anything like that, and then get rid of problematic cards and just kill your opponent that next turn. So that rounds off the main deck. I played 40 cards in the main, just because I was going for consistency as well as power, so it kind of came hand in hand at that point. With the extra deck, I played arguably the best fusion in the deck, 3 Flame King DD, or Flame King Genghis. Genghis, he's a level 6, so a lot of interesting stuff you can do with rank 6s. He also, if he's on board alone, if you special a DD while he's on board, he actually lets you special another one from grave. So you're just at that point just building a massive board, unbreakable board that your opponent cannot deal with. I also played 2 DD Oracle King the Arc. Just lets you gain 3,000 whenever you're supposed to take it, or 2,000 whenever you use Where Arf Thou, anything like that. It's really good. I'd probably cut it to 1 whenever the structure deck does come out, because you'd have no space in the extra deck for that. And then I play the big guy, DD Wave King, Oblivion, Ragnarok Abyss. He's pretty good. You don't really make him all that much, but like when you need to, you definitely do. He can attack, and then he can equip the monster he doesn't attack. If your opponent has like 2 or more, doesn't target, and it gains the attack points. So like you just swing against Blue Eyes, you take like alternative, and then it gains 3, so it's now at a 62 attack. So that's pretty big. That's the fusions. For the exceeds, I played like 6 exceeds. I played Beatrice because Beatrice allows you to send stuff. I played this card, number 24, Dragulas the Vampiric Dragon. What he does is really good. He's Book of Moon on every player's turn if your opponent special something from the extra deck. So like whenever PK Fire or anything is trying to go off, they try their Leviair play, you actually book Leviair before they can do anything with it. He also, whenever he dies by card effect, he actually specials himself face down, and whenever he does get flipped up, he sends 1 card from field to grave. Does not target. And then for sevens, I played Flare Metal. Flare Metal actually won me a game. Played PK Fire, put on uh, four big beaters, went ahead and it swung. He was at 400, so I went ahead and just made Flare Metal. Wasn't able to do anything. Scooped him up. And Big Eye. Big Eye actually never came up, but in testing it did. Really good exceed right there. Just go ahead and take all your big monsters that your opponent put out on you. For eights, I played number 38 because it's just a good card. Take spell cards for free. And this guy, Dual Dawn King Yuga. Whenever he was summoned, I actually never had him negated, and my opponent's just lost after that. Whenever he's special summoned properly, doesn't exceed. He is skill drain on board, and then you can go ahead and heavy storm during either player's turn. I only use the other effect, which is setting one of the contracts. I use it like twice. That was when I could guarantee myself that I would have game. For the synchros, I only played 3. I played Formula for draws, Omega because it takes cards and you also put back like the slimes and stuff, and Trish because Trish is just blowout. Every time I summon Trish, I won. I just put in so much work. I think I won like 4 games this weekend with it. That'll round off the extra deck. And for the side, side's kind of gimmicky. I played 3 Lector Pendulums with Draco Overlord. What he does is, it's really a scale effect that's important. He negates other pendulum monsters on field whenever he's in scale. So if your opponent's playing Magispector, they're not going to be able to activate Kirin, Bumbuku, any of those shenanigans. So you're really limiting their resources right there. I also played 2 Vanity's Fiend. Vanity's Fiend was unexcusably the MVP of the deck today, or that weekend. What he does, plain simple. Can't special, so can't be kaiju'd, anything like that. You just win games. Also played 2 Swords of Concealing Light. Gets over Vanity's Fiend if it's summoned on me. Gets over any problematic card. Kirin can't bounce anything if it's face down. All it works like that. Third Twin Twister. The self-explanatory. 3 Crush card for Blue Eyes or any deck really that has a lot of big beaters that I can't really get over. I just don't want to mess around with. 2 Grisaille Prison. It's really good. Whenever you have a fusion summon monster or a tribute summon monster or ritual summon monster, so at that point, Vanity's Fiend or the fusions, neither player can synchro or exceed until the end of your opponent's next turn. So at that point, they're not doing anything. You're just going to keep making your fusions and you're going to continually poke. And the fusions are not small at all. And if you really just make it whenever you have established boards. Then I have Eradicator Epidemic Virus for Blue Eyes or any deck that really matters with the spells and traps. So Magispector, call traps, GG at that point. Blue Eyes, call spells, GG. And last one, Dark Contract with Errors. Traps done if you control DD. That is the deck. That's what I played, 40, 15, 15. It was a really fun event. Toughest matchup definitely was Barrier Statues. As bad as that sounds. They just sit on their trap cards at that point. Whenever they negate your stuff, at that point you just really can't do anything. I played 2 Barrier Statues. I played Miguel Soto. He went to Worlds whenever Ritual Beasts were at full power. I lost to both of them. I played 1 Magispector, round 1. Didn't draw any monsters. And I also had Vector and Scale at that point, so couldn't do anything. Round 2 I played against Monarch. Monarch going first. Once they put out their board, so turn 1, Crystal Wing both times, and then after I got around Crystal Wing, summon Aether or Erebus, and just couldn't do anything with that. Round 3, played against Demise Spellbook. Didn't really do anything. Burned himself out whenever he was trying to make plays to go ahead and keep Fate alive. Round 4, I went ahead and I played Mermail. It was pretty close, 2-1. Didn't really know what he was doing. Once I summoned Vanity's Fiend, he had the out where he could have whenever he normaled Prince, rather than sending infantry to pop it, he kept sending Dragoons, but he would add infantry. So I don't know if he knew what he was doing. Round 5, I actually played my friend. I played against Cosmo. Each time summoned Vanity's Fiend. After I made my massive board, games 2, and couldn't do anything at that point. Kind of just poked him out. Round 5, barrier statues. It was with the fire statues and like Banisher, Fossil Dyna, stuff like that. Just couldn't outperform against that. Round 6, I went ahead and played PK Fire. Number 24 took care of everything there at that point. He would try to make his board Dante, Breaks or anything like that. Just me to get flipped down and handled it from there. Summoned my boy Yuga and just utterly killed everything at that point. Couldn't really play around it. And that was the guy that Flare Metal just won the game at that point. Round 6. Don't really remember what I played. Round 7, I went ahead and played another Mermail player. Went ahead and 2-0'd him. Round 8, I was late to round 8 because my girlfriend actually showed up. She surprised me at the event, and I was late to rounds, but I played a DDD mirror match and just out resourced him really quick. Whenever he had me go second each time, and each time I opened up to where I could summon Yuga and wipe his board, clear out everything. And you can't really do anything if you can't search or draw. So really, then round 9, I played against Miguel, and we went to game 3, went to time, and in time he activated Wabaku, which stopped me from killing him at that point. So it was a really good weekend. Learned a lot, got a lot of nice little tips and tricks. Definitely wouldn't change much from the deck. If I changed anything, I'd possibly try out Puppet Master just because of the turn 1 interactions you can do with it. But otherwise, I was really happy with the deck. Definitely ran really well. And so that is my deck profile, my tournament report. Hope you like, subscribe, and enjoy, and catch you later.